So hello everybody and welcome to the Monk Life Meditation live stream. My name is Dr. Rob. I'm the founder of the Monk Life Meditation Research Institute, and I was a Buddhist monk for 7 years. I'd like to take this opportunity to share my current experience, my current understanding. So I am following in the footsteps of my teacher, Sayadaw Ashen Otamatara, founder of Tabarwa, in my own way. This journey of spirituality has been a long one. A lot of facing my fears, facing my own traumas, facing my own ego. And at the best of times of my spiritual practice, it's been characterized by the worst of times. The most intense and difficult experiences of my life have been in this way and this pathway of practicing meditation very seriously. The way that my teacher instructs and encourages everyone to practice is to do more and more good deeds with mindfulness and detachment. And one of the easiest ways that I know how to practice doing good deeds is to meet the needs of the others and to share myself and my practice and my experience with the others. Sometimes my experience is not happiness, is not bliss, is not easiness or comfortableness. Sometimes it is very deep difficulty or confusion or anger. Somehow in my understanding, I see that still as a way of practicing generosity, as a way of being available to people and giving and sharing my experience. Now I am joining this meditation retreat with my teacher, Sayadaw Otamatara, but there is not much need for me and my teaching or my practice with the community here. This is a Vietnamese community, and my teacher is very busy teaching, and I am not a monk anymore, so I don't have so many responsibilities. But I'm happy to be here around my teacher and to be continuing my live streaming and my sharing. And someone who I've met and have been I don't want to be on your live stream, Shiva. Please do not put me on your live stream.
What is so big about being on camera?
I don't want to be on your live stream, Shiva. So someone who is in a relationship with me is this Shiva Kailash character, and I consider him to be a brother, but especially someone who's on his own journey and someone who has different priorities from me. But many people are following him. Many people are interested in his content. So if he is willing to collaborate, then I'm also willing to collaborate with him. Sometimes, but not all the times. If he's willing to work together, then I'm also willing to work together. And spiritual practice or my life can take many different forms. So I've been practicing a lot, working with Shiva's energies, and but it comes back to me also needing my own space and to set my own boundaries and to rest. One of the big differences between me and Shiva is that Shiva is very interested in making money. It's very important to him to make money. For me, it's not important to me for me to make money. It's not a big part of my life. So that's something that I need to set some boundaries about and some separation about. And when you exhaust yourself when I exhaust myself in serious meditation or serious giving, then I also need time to rest and to step back and to reflect and to be in quiet and to be in a space of not doing anything, of not being anyone, of not playing any kind of character. So yeah, that's where I'm at now, and this is coming up to the last day of the retreat. So I've been here on the retreat around my teacher, and just in the energy of the temple is really nice. There's always Dharma talks going on. There's always Buddhist monks and nuns around. So it's a very wholesome and good, clean energy here for resting. And that's a big part of what the spiritual path is about, resting. Knowing how to rest, knowing how to be at peace, knowing how to let go, and especially knowing how to let go of any ideals about who I am or who they are or what the world is supposed to be like. So, yeah, my biggest interest is to be in my journey and to continue in my journey of spirituality. And I like to include other people in that as much as possible, but I'm not at my teacher's level, and I can only take in so much energy before I need to, or give so much energy before I have to kind of come in myself and let those processes relax and resolve.
Why don't you want to be a part of my live stream?
Can see my life partner here, my wife here also has been very concerned about me and worried about me in spending too much time live streaming with Shiva and not taking enough rest. So there's a lot of good points in exerting yourself, but we can exert ourselves in doing nothing as well, and exert ourselves in not exerting ourselves as well.
Why don't you want to be a part of my live stream?
Also, my teacher is coming from a little bit of a different background. A situation where he's coming from the Buddhist community, and so people there are generally more sensitive to the teachings, more aware of meditation, and here in this environment, in this community, most of the people who are coming across here are less familiar with meditation.
Are you ready to be on my live stream?
I don't want to be on your live stream, man.
How come? Alright, I'm gonna go walk around.
You go to join meditation? Ever? Go to join meditation? Hmm? Nice. Yeah, Luke. Nobody but ourselves is tormenting our souls. Grace is what the self-flagellating need. Yeah, that's right. Anything in particular that you'd like to know, Petrus? He's a very out of this world character and very serious and very devoted and a lot more experienced than I am in meditation. So he's a meditation master, but he's also a Dharma master or Dhamma Vipassana master. So he specializes in the detachment from any kind of mental or physical phenomena. So he can detach basically from everything, or he can experience everything and be free from basically anything that he experiences. For me, there are certain things that I can be free from, and there are certain things that, you know, are too deep or too hard or too difficult, or energies that are too difficult for me to detach from. And because of that, I can find myself to be entangled or get in over my head with my actions and my way of being. So he's a lot more skillful than me, which might not mean much to many people, seeing the way that I carry myself. Oh, my friend is here. Hello, brother. How are you doing?
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
What's up, Rob? Nice
Yeah.
to see you.
Hey. Okay. Please say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello.
Old friend of the show here. Do you ride a bike or take a taxi?
Yeah, I drove a bike.
Okay.
Drove a bike.
What bike you have?
The Airblade.
Oh, new one? You buy?
No, I rent.
Okay.
I rent. But it's a good bike. It's a good bike.
You stay in the hospital?
Yeah.
Near?
District 3.
Three?
District 3.
Oh.
Close to my work.
The teaching job.
Yeah.
And your visa now, well, 1 year?
No, they've got me on like a work permit until the end of the school year.
Oh,
So I used to be on like the TRC, but now just work permit.
oh.
Yeah. But doesn't affect me too much. Oh, there's. Oh my gosh. My phone's coming to life.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Everything. You were supposed to write you book on my Very sad.
I haven't explored the place too much. I came here and then I found like the forest with the emaciated Buddha, kind of.
Oh, out there.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Sat there for a while.
You like to have a coconut or some tea or
Yeah, I might find like a chat pack around here.
a what?
Chat pack. The kumquat.
Dạ tắt.
Yeah, kumquat tea. I think probably someplace has
Chị
it.
ơi, người đẹp ơi. Người đẹp có bán chặt tắt không? Có bán chặt tắt không? Ai đó cho em đi chặt tắt.
Thank you.
Okay.
What's up, Shiva?
How are you?
Hey, I'm good, man.
What's your name?
Colin.
Colin. Yeah. Nice to meet you. You're Dr. Rob friend. How do you guys know each other?
From the show, right?
Yeah.
What brings you to the monastery?
Well, I wanted to be here for the retreat, but this was the only day I was able to come. So I thought I'd kind of see what's going on over here.
Well, you're the one that sponsored my flight.
That's right. That's
Thank you very
right.
much.
Yeah, I'm glad you made it.
So can I show you on camera?
Yeah.
So this is the man that generously donated a plane ticket to me to get here. Without his encouragement, I probably wouldn't be here. So you definitely benefited my life massively. Thank you.
Really glad to hear that. But yeah, you've had a good experience.
Yes, very positive. Yeah.
Sweet.
A great place to art. Yeah, let's do it. Very peaceful. Being here with Dr. Rock, also many benefits came as a result of that. Spending time with him. So I owe a great deal of gratitude to him. And when I apologize to him if I've overstepped my boundaries or hurt him in any way, or done something that's not to his standards, yeah, I want to extend my apologies.
X Machine says no one deserves to die. It's not really about what you deserve. You just get back what you give. So it's cause and effect. It's not about having a perfect understanding. The perfect understanding is not intellectual. Like a tree has a perfect understanding of a tree, but you're not a tree. So you're looking to have the perfect understanding of a human being. So what is that? Well, that's what the Dharma is about. So a tree cannot understand the reality of impermanence, but me and you and all of us can. We can know that we're going to die. A tree can't know that it's going to die. A tree can't know that it's not separate from everything, because it's already not separate from everything, but it can't know that. Whereas we can know that we're not separate from everything. So that has a lot of different implications. And actually we come to the meditation retreat to cross our boundaries, or to have our boundaries crossed in our own experience. To have the boundaries of our egos crushed. To see especially one of the most important things in the meditation retreat is when we sit there and meditate, we have a very deep, intensive experience of our mind. And then that is impermanent. We get to see this very intense, the most real experience of our mind that we've ever had come up and go away. And that's happening within the context of the Dharma, the teachings of the Buddha. So we can't just say, oh, I'm going to get the absolute truth, I'm going to have the absolute understanding, because you live a relative life. So the relative and the absolute, they support each other, they inter-are. And finding the balance in between the absolute and the relative is what the Buddhism is all about. So it's not any idealism about, oh, I'm enlightened, no self, everything. It's a practical practice to realization. And there's prerequisites for practice. You have to have faith. You have to have good conditions that you might never come across in your life. So to be here at a meditation retreat means that we have the blessings or the good conditions. Why is it good? Because it's concerned with the ending of suffering. So how could that not be good?
Dill pickle chips.
How about your partner, your wife? You married or not? You're not
No,
married,
not
right?
married,
Yeah,
not
your
married.
partner. What's she do today?
She's good. She's still lives in the Trang right now.
Oh, she's up
Still
in the train.
Trang, yeah.
Oh,
She has a
okay.
contract there till
In the meantime, you can
the end of March.
Okay.
So we had the holiday together. Went to Phuoc.
You went to the island.
Yeah, the island.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's expensive, right?
it was expensive.
Yeah, right. That's why we went there. We went there a couple weeks ago, and it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
same. You couldn't even get a hotel with how we booked it.
Oh, my
Because
gosh.
we were looking last minute,
Yeah.
and you couldn't even get one for less than 20 million a night or
Oh,
something
God.
like that in that area.
Uh huh.
Like a decent place to stay.
Yeah.
So we stayed on the other side of the island. It wasn't very exciting. Yeah, beautiful. Sure.
Yeah, the beaches were probably my favorite part of it. But yeah, I had a hell of a time with the hotels too.
Yeah.
We had booked one, and then we went there, and there was something where Agoda rerouted the booking to another hotel, so the
Wow.
hotel never received our booking.
Yeah.
So we had a difficult thing to manage like right away. But the manager there helped us, and we had a room for the whole time, so that was good.
How many days you stay?
We were there Monday, left Friday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how long are you in Vietnam?
Like 2.5 years now?
Oh, you live here.
Yeah.
You're from the United States?
Yeah.
And you're working here, or are you?
Yeah, I'm working. I teach English. Yeah.
And how is it living in Vietnam? Do you like it?
Yeah, I love it. Very nice living in Vietnam.
You're living in Ho Chi Minh, right?
Yeah, Ho Chi Minh. I lived in the Trang last year, which is another beach, probably similar to Da Nang, but a little smaller. So yeah, I was here, then I was there, and I'm back here. What have the days been like on the retreat? Is there like a schedule to all this?
Seattle doesn't really follow a schedule,
Yeah.
so you just go and join with him when you
Okay.
want to practice, and then the Vietnamese people who are joining the retreat is just like Westerners. It's just like one or two people,
Yeah.
and there's some schedule. I've never seen it, but because for Tabarwa in what Seattle does, most of the time it's just he's always on retreat. He's always leading the retreat, and you can join freely and not join freely, and there's no real pressure or forced to control.
Yeah.
And I find that to be good because I already have a lot of experience with Seattle and being on retreat, and it can be more natural for people to come and join because not everybody can be comfortable to join for a retreat when there's a strict schedule
Yeah.
and strict expectation. So Seattle would encourage, I think, you have to detach from the schedule, but you
Right.
also have to detach from not following the schedule. So you want to have experience in both. So for people that are very strict and have a lot of experience in scheduled meditation retreats,
Yeah.
then it's good for them to detach from that strict schedule. For people that are, very anti-schedule, and they also can detach from not following the schedule. But Seattle doesn't follow the schedule even. Just a few things like a morning Dhamma talk, an evening Dhamma talk, and afternoon Dhamma talk. But he will give a teaching soon, so we can go over there and see it. I'll show you around.
I like to listen. I can never hear his audio too well in the videos.
So when you finish, we can go.
Yeah.
We'll walk over there.
trên đường chợ gì đó.
And where are you guys living now?
In Ho Chi Minh,
Yeah.
in District 9.
Oh, okay.
So it's about like 45 minutes from the city center.
Yeah, it's pretty far out. I hear like you can get a really nice apartment there,
Yeah.
but it's far out. Yeah.
How much your apartment?
I pay $8.
Yeah, that's what we pay also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you have a good place?
Yeah, it's nice, very nice. Just a one bedroom.
Yeah.
But I think you can probably get cheaper than that, but just was looking quick, so just got pulled into it.
Yeah. How do you like living in Ho Chi Minh?
It's great. It's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's very quiet. The buildings there, you can't hear your neighbors. You don't hear anything. It's very quiet.
Thick concrete walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quiet wouldn't have been my first word for the city, but
Well, this is a little bit far out, so we just
Yeah.
hear like some of the cars going by and different
Yeah.
things like that, because we're not that high up. But it's a lot more quiet than it would be living in an American city, I think.
Yeah.
Can I get one of your melons?
Oh yeah.
So there's different groups, different kinds of people that follow the teacher and live at the centers. So some of those people they're just coming for the meditation retreat, or they have more traditional, like structured way of practice and expectation for other people.
Okay.
So
Are those people monks or?
they can be monks or lay people, but they're just there for meditation, and they want to be vegetarian. They want everything to be like this, normal idea of what you would think a Buddhist temple or
like the
meditation retreat is.
idealized
Yeah.
retreat idea, yeah.
And then this other group of people are, monks or nuns, and they're just living freely. They're just living freely. So they're, monk, someone who's been a monk for 30 years, just hanging out and smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And, that's what they're doing they do their own practice, they do their own life. And then nuns going around and cooking and doing different things like that just at all hours. And then crazy people just yelling and screaming while Sayadaw is giving a Dhamma talk. So that's why Sayadaw is like very advanced in a certain way, because he can work with all these people easily.
Yeah.
So for like me, I can't, even just working with a couple people can be difficult,
Right.
to keep everybody together or unified. But he can do it with so many people, so many different people. At one point, there's I don't know if she still is a nun right now, but she's quite famous in the main Tabarwa Center in Myanmar. And she's like Indian Burmese, but she's super schizophrenic, super mentally unwell. And so she will follow Sayadaw and be like yelling and screaming and like throwing herself off of like hills and things like that. And at one point, Sayadaw was giving this Dhamma talk, because he usually does a morning Dhamma talk in the main center when he's there for all the nuns and monks. They come in this big hall. And so he was doing that. And this nun, this Indian nun, she came and sat in, because there's these different thrones, like in the front of the hall. So Sayadaw would be sitting in like the throne in the middle, and then there'd be other ones. If there's like a guest teacher, like a high teacher, maybe they'll sit there. So she went and sat in this seat next to Sayadaw while he was teaching, which is completely inappropriate, wrong. So she's sitting there and yelling out to like more than 100 people, just like insults, and insulting Sayadaw, right? Or saying, I couldn't understand it fully. And then she gets up off of that seat, and she goes over to Sayadaw and tries to sit in his throne, in his big seat with him. And then the people come and they pull her out and they pull her away.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of thing, is taking place, and then Sayadaw is not sleeping and barely eating and traveling everywhere and giving Dhamma talks in the jungle. So it's a very, you just can't fit it into a box of like, we're on the meditation retreat and we're the Buddhist and we're meditating, and like a lot of these Buddhist communities are doing, especially for Westerners. He lives outside of the box from that. So it's easy for people to come in and kind of make a judgment and say, well, why are there monks smoking? Well, I don't know. Who knows? I mean, are you an anthropologist? What are you here to do?
Yeah.
So the advice, the recommendation is just try to listen to what Sayadaw teaches and try to understand that. And somehow in Myanmar, that in the main center especially, that can work. Even with 1,000 people, drug addicts and homeless people and monks and nuns and good monks and bad monks and all these people. But they tried to do that in America with a center, and it ended up just being full of like full-on like drug addicts that were living there and like fighting with each other, and eventually the city shut it down. They're trying to work with that mentality of limitlessness and doing for all and meeting everybody's needs, helping for everyone. But it's not easy to do that way. But like traditionally in a meditation retreat, for any outside observers, if a meditation retreat is going on and we're sitting here having tea and Sayadaw is talking to people, their heads would explode.
Yeah.
But for Tabarwa, that's completely normal because it's a full-time meditation center. So actually, if we can take a rest and then join, we join freely according to our abilities. And if you want to get more benefit, you have to give more. And then giving more, you go through the benefit in the Dharma is facing suffering, experiencing suffering. It's kind of like working out. You know you've worked out well when you're sore. So it's the same with meditation. How long have you been smoking? For a long time, right?
Yeah, probably like 10 years, probably.
And look how healthy you look. Wow, you look very healthy, right? Who wouldn't say he's not a healthy guy? And so when it's this context of giving, actually, or the Dharma, or meditating, it's easy for a lot of people to work together and do the same thing and go in a similar direction. But if we're all here, or if people are here, we're just working for ourselves, then we're kind of subconsciously, we're all in competition with each other all the time. We're always looking to judge one another, and why isn't this person doing this and that, etc. So that mentality of doing for all, instead of just doing for oneself, is really, really important. And so the Asian people have more of a collectivist mindset. So it seems to work a lot better for them.
Because the meditation is a very like individualistic pursuit, and it feels like it could be that way. I was thinking about that when I was trying to meditate in the forest over there. I'm like very, very self-conscious when I come to a place like this about the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm sitting in this like little hut, and then like some monks come through, and then they're gonna sit. Am I disturbing them? Like, am I allowed to sit here? And it's like this thing I'm doing. This is like a totally like internal thing. So then like I have to kind of justify it with like me doing this practice. It's an internal thing, but the benefits will be, will widen out, and it will be, it'll benefit like everyone if if I'm practicing.
But you can
the
think about
meditation
that
properly.
when you're doing it.
Yeah.
When that self-conscious mind about the other people
yeah,
and if
yeah.
this is right or wrong, like I'm not just doing this for myself,
Yeah.
but actually I'm meditating for everyone.
That's how I was able
Yeah.
to keep doing it
Yeah.
over there, yeah. Because you really don't, you know, it's like a tricky thing. It's not an easy thing to like come here, and you don't want to just, you know.
You don't know what it is, what it's about,
and
what
you
they're
don't want to
doing here, who
you don't
they are.
want to mess the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Because it like clearly doesn't need me.
Yeah.
You know, like so how can I be here and not like?
Be a problem,
Yeah.
but be a help, be of service.
Yeah.
Vegan Christianity says everyone trying to act more spiritual than the other. Yeah, that can be a big thing that happens. It can be a big problem. You know.
Vegan spirituality, I like that name. We all gotta go vegan.
Just visiting here for the meditation retreat. Yeah, competitive spirituality. That's why the forms are really, really important. So like the Sayadaw as a human being, enlightened or not, but just as a human being, it's very important that there's a form there of a leader or a structure there of been a monk for so many years or is in charge, because then otherwise it's like you're going up into a meditation hall with 100 people watching the teacher, and then you go and stand in front of the teacher and say, hey, what do you think you're doing here? So actually the forms help to let go of the self. The forms are very helpful in letting go of the self, and then you don't have all these people trying to compete spiritually, because we're looking to someone to teach us, to guide us. Or how are you going to compete spiritually when you're sitting down and meditating inside of your own mind? It's another reason meditation is like the highest good deed, or the very important good deed. And cannabis is frowned upon because it makes you dizzy, because it makes you drunk in the mind, complicated in the mind, and the mind is complicated enough as it is.
Thank you, Eric. Cheers.
Nó kiếm chỗ bán à. Cái ông có lỡ ngựa kéo bao nhiêu người đó không kêu không? Kêu chỗ quán này mà. Nó biết người nào chỗ quán nó kiếm không mua gì. Ok vậy cái tháo nhiên bạch.
Không biết rác kêu là để nó tự sinh nó tự nhiên không lại không
Trả tiền cô dân đi dạ là biết cô đất cô dân luôn á.
Cái gì vậy ạ?
Ô trời ơi
Thinking clouds the mind. Actually, the thoughts are the clouds, the mind is the clear blue sky. So look through the clouds to see the clear blue sky. Look at that. Listen to that. Hear that.
Are you ready to be on my stream?
Oh, we're getting ready to go to join Seattle Dhamma Talk. Even positive thoughts are clouds, yeah. The clouds or the different kind of thoughts can be described as the 8 winds or the 8 worldly concerns. So gain and loss, pleasure and pain, praise and blame, fame and disgrace. So that's like the wind that's pushing these clouds around. You gain something, you lose something, it's pleasurable, it's painful, you're praised, you're blamed,
Someone went.
you feel fame or disgrace.
Mày em ơi.
You pay?
I'll pay for that.
Mày em ơi. Bạn của em có cái gì vậy? Bạn của em là gì? Nãy ông kêu cái gì chị? Ông nghe em kêu cái gì? Dừa với gì?
Tea and coconut.
2 dừa.
How
much
dừa,
chetak?
Chatak.
một ly xả
We
tắc,
pay, we
một
pay.
ly mía với lại ổng kêu thêm một gọi là ly trà hả? Ly trà là cho không đúng không? Trà đá đâu tính tiền. Trà đá không tính tiền đúng không? Rồi với 2 dừa, một xả tắc với lại một ly mía. Vô. 70 hả? 70. Đó. Wait, 70.
Let's try that for the chetak.
Thôi, chạy nét 30.
Vì số mà giờ tém không trúng được rồi thôi chứ là gì. Mấy đâu.
It's the same time here as it is in Tokyo. It's the same in India. All over the world, the time is now. Okay? Okay? Okay, let's go.
Cái số đó nó ngồi từ đầu cái cổng đây, anh để ông vô á là ông mời em chứ trong khi ở đâu lũi của cái tôi không biết vô.
I just go to toilet and I come back. You can tell them what inspired you to come to the meditation retreat.
I don't really like talking on these. I do a double with Shiva. You mind? Can't do that, can you?
So what did inspire you to go?
I'm just interested in practicing Buddhism, you know? And I live here. I live close enough that it would feel like a waste if I didn't take the opportunity to meet Dr. Rob's teacher, to kind of do whatever I can. So, just taking the opportunity, really.
Would you say that you're a Buddhist?
I don't know. As far as I'm anything, probably be a Buddhist. Yeah. It's the one that seems right. Seems like correct, you know? The teachings seem to all check out when I try them. No one here is a stoner, for the love of God. What a terrible thing to say.
Okay, let's go to see
Okay.
Seattle and all the people meditating. So actually, we don't have to get too much of a big idea about, oh, I need to do the 2-day meditation retreat, the 5-day meditation retreat, the 3-year meditation retreat. Just a moment of stopping and seeing, just a moment of inner reflection. That's really good. That's really great. And you can come here anytime if you want to meditate or anything.
Yeah.
It's always open. There's
I
always
think
things
it's
going on
a
here.
great place to practice. I'd love to be here on a weekend one of something.
Yeah, that's nice, Luke. There are patterns within us that don't serve us, and because they distort our view and movement, physical or mental, then we unnecessarily suffer more than we need to. And then when you stop those patterns or stop those addictions, you might feel more suffering, but that's going to help you see more Dharma, see more truth. You have to help yourself. I can only help you by helping you help yourself. This way. So all these little houses and stuff, they're just like monks or nuns or regular people who want to live in the temple. They ask the master who runs the temple if they can have a piece of land, and then they'll build a little bit of property.
Wow.
So I heard like these kind of buildings here is like like $20,000 or something like that. We're walking not to get a few beers, although it doesn't sound too bad right now, but we're walking to get the meditation retreat, to join for some meditation and some talk from the master. So this is just the translation. The master will talk and then translate.
Yeah.
They translate to Vietnamese. And when you try to meditate, because the teacher is talking, it may be more helpful to try to meditate on focusing on hearing what the teacher is saying. Yeah, otherwise it's difficult to understand him.
Và nếu như mà con đi theo thầy thì con sẽ đi lại cùng với những người mà nói tiếng Anh. Chỉ bằng việc nói một cách thực tế trong thời gian lâu dài thì con sẽ giỏi tiếng Anh. Con còn trẻ, vì thế con có thể học hỏi được rất nhiều. Điều này không khó nếu như con dám nói và thực hành. Thầy đã làm rất là nhiều thứ trong nhiều năm liên tục. Do đó, không có thứ gì khó khăn với chúng ta. Vì không có thực hành nói hay không có đi làm nhiều thì con khó khăn để làm điều đó. Nhưng mà con có thể học hỏi từ thầy. Có nhiều nguyên nhân để mà đáp ứng nhu cầu của con, để làm cho nhu cầu của con được thành tựu. Và cái điều mà thầy vừa chỉ con đó là cách chắc chắn và không có tác dụng phụ, không có tác dụng phụ trong cái đường lối làm việc pháp như thế này. Từ phía đức con thì có thể có tác dụng phụ, những nhu cầu và những tác dụng phụ của con phần lớn là do con. Con cần phải biết và phải sửa những lỗi của chính mình. Chúng ta chỉ có thể hướng dẫn cho con và cho phép con để mà cùng làm việc pháp của chúng ta. Chúng con xin chia sẻ sắp tới ngày sư có một chuyến một cái chuỗi đi này thì cái này khoảng 21 ngày ở lại Mã Lai. Thì quý vị và chúng ta sắp xếp được thì đây sẽ là một cái trải nghiệm rất là quý giá. Cái quá trình của họ quý vị và các bạn thì có thể liên hệ với con các chị em của ngài sư. Sắp tới thì năm nay ngài sẽ trở thành ở những gì trong ba tháng và trước đây ngài sẽ có tất cả mọi người các thứ này cả tới thế giới để có thể đến cái vị để trung tâm thì mới của ngài ở tại thủ đô ở đất cái thì các quý vị cũng có thể liên hệ với chúng con để có thể sắp xếp lại được một phần hoặc là toàn bộ các thứ này. I just introduced your Malaysia return and also treatment of in Myanmar. Welcome to join. Also, just first. Thank you. Dạ, tôi có hỏi là có một thầy giáo hỏi đến trường hợp của thầy đến ai thì không biết là quý vị sẽ ở đây thì ở đây cũng có cái câu hỏi về khó. Dạ. Cái câu hỏi này thì con sẽ câu hỏi về cái này từ hỏi gì về Yes, my question is, when the Buddha was still alive, among his disciples was Devadatta, who was a because practice, vipassana meditation is purifying the mind. But it seems that this mind was not yet purified. Thank you, so. Chúng con xin hỏi cái câu hỏi của quý hành giả là khi mà Đức Phật còn tại thế thì trong số những